Hey bird lovers and enthusiasts, thank you so much for buying our Perch and Ponder one-way mirror bird feeder. It is one of the most amazing bird feeders I've ever seen, although I may be a little bit biased to it. But there are a few steps you have to take to make sure that when it's installed on your window, it's done correctly, and that'll only make it last for years to come. So the first thing I like to do is make sure that we clean the window immaculately. So right now I'm going to use just a standard window cleaner and a microfiber cloth. Now that we know all the debris is off the window and it's clean, let me go ahead and show you what's included in the kit. Okay, what's included in the kit? We have our instructions. Here's our special one-way mirror base plate, which will be mounting to the window. We have a cardboard template, and it's comprised of two parts. It's an outer frame and the inner template. We include a special primer. It's just a small amount that'll be going into this little tray, and then we have our primer applicator that will moisten it and be putting it in the three specific areas that we'll be mounting the adhesive tabs to. We have an alcohol pad that'll prep the glass one last time before we install this. And we include a level, which we'll be putting both on our template and our base plate during the installation process, just to make sure it's perfectly level. What's not included is just any kind of masking tape that we can just temporarily mount this cardboard template to the window. So without any further ado, let me show you how we install this. And we know this is the general area we want to go ahead and mount our base plate, which will hold the bird feeder. So we're going to simply use our alcohol wipe and wipe the area where the adhesive is going to go. This is very important just to make sure we have no more residual oils on it. Now that's where the magic starts to happen. Let's go ahead and place our cardboard template about where we want the bird feeder to go. Going to put our level in there. That way we make sure everything is nice and level. Simply going to just tape this on here. It's going to adjust that perfectly. There's nothing too technical about this. We just want this to be held for just a minute. Now that we have the outer frame taped up and the level is showing it is perfectly plumb, go ahead and install this. And this has been precisely cut, so this is going to be the three areas we're going to apply the primer to. Let me go ahead and show you how to get the primer all set. Okay, as you can see, there's just about a half a vial of this primer. And this is the kind of the applicator tray. You'll notice there's a hole right in the side. That's just an overflow part, so as we pour it in there, it'll go right to that hole, and then we're just going to simply install the applicator, which will absorb the primer, and then we'll go ahead and put it on the window. Let me show you how that's done. Open the vial. There's this little plastic cap. And then just go ahead and put that in there. Nothing really leaked out of there, so it's just the right amount. And let's go ahead and put it on the window. Now that we have our primer all set, I'm just going to take it out. The pad is moistened. I'm just going to simply just twist it in the three areas where the adhesive is going to go. It has about the consistency of rubbing alcohol, so it's very thin, it evaporates very quick, and as you can see there's virtually no residue. So now we're all set to put the base plate on. Okay, now the base plate will fit right in here perfectly, but before we do anything, just in case when you open up the base plate out of the packaging, if you had any fingerprints still left on this reflective side, we highly encourage you wipe it off. Just take a little bit of extra time because those fingerprints basically will be between this and the glass. And the base plate is meant to be on the window as long as you want it to be. Or in other words, it's really not removable, so it's hard to get behind there and clean it. So now that it's perfectly clean, I'm just going to go ahead and remove these tabs, and then I'm going to insert that level in here just for additional accuracy, and I'll go ahead and mount it. Now that we have the little protective red portions off our adhesive, I'm going to go ahead and hold the level and go ahead and install the level. Make sure it's nice and perfect, and then just simply push this on. Now there's 3 points of adhesive, so I'm just going to hold this with ample pressure for 1 minute. Okay, now that it's been a minute, I'm going to go ahead and remove the level. We now can take off the cardboard template. And you'll see on here it says remove protective paper after installation. We like to leave that on so as we're touching it, we're not messing anything up. Now we're ready to peel that off. Now the base plate is mounted permanently, unless you ever want to remove it. And as I said earlier, you can simply bring a plastic putty knife and just pry underneath those 3 adhesive tabs, and it can be removed. But now we're going to wait 72 hours just to make sure the adhesive cures to the glass. After 72 hours, we can go ahead and mount our bird feeder, add food, and let the magic happen. And after 72 hours, we're ready to install our bird feeder. There are 3 concealed magnets that mate with those 3 concealed magnets. Simply just mounts on. Rock solid, easy to come off. You can clean it, fill it, pops right back on, and we're ready to install our food. Now, depending on if you've had a lot of bird feeders in your yard, if birds have been accustomed to feeding in your yard, they'll migrate to this rather quickly. If bird feeders are new to your property, it can take up to 7 to 10 days in many cases before the birds find it. But I promise you, once they find it, they'll be coming back for more. So sit back and enjoy the show.